Oh, that's something to keep an eye on. A surveying man measuring. Now, is he measuring the road or no, he's measuring the path, look. Yeah, it does get quite narrow. And these trees are growing like mad. So is he measuring the trees and are they going to bring something back? Or have they sold the land and are they going to put houses there? You just never know these things, do you? The only thing you can tell is that there's a surveying man coming, but he seems to be measuring towards the line of the tree or the line of the fence, or there's something. Yeah, come on, let's go and hijack him, see what he's doing. There should be another man somewhere holding a line or a level or something. A datum, there'll be a nail in the floor, a datum point where everybody works from. That point stays the same and everything works from there. Hold on, he's coming across the road now. He's measuring this bit of the road now. Oh, come on, let's go and hijack him. So I went out and spoke to him. Really nice bloke. And I said, excuse me, mate, I live here, and when I see a man with an orange jacket measuring the road, I want to know what the hell is going on. And he said, he's just been instructed to measure the road. So usually the sort of thing he does is road improvements, because if it was land development or whatever, or if they're thinking of putting houses there, he'd have to be measuring that. But he says just simply this small patch of road from where the railway track comes past the entrance to the new estate up to the sort of corner of here. That's all. That's his instructions, is go and measure that. Really nice chap. And I know, you know, he doesn't know what's going on. He's just doing what he's been asked to do or told to do. So, yeah, brilliant. Charlie, come on, mate. Come here. Come on, let's do you a quick pre-wash. Let's put this camera in the right place.
Back.
Come on, give me Owlie. Come on.
You'll get wet. Oh, yeah.
Come here. Come on, you nutter. Right. Sit proper. Let's have a quick. We've had a few of these, haven't we? Sit down. He's getting on, isn't he? Wow, he's getting on. We're going to have a quick review. Now, he's been to the kennels and he comes back kennel smelling, shall we call it. And we usually send him straight to the wash, but we picked him up on Saturday. Wash doesn't work Sunday or Monday, it's now Tuesday. So you're going for a wishy-washy, aren't you? Going to get his feet done, going to get his nails done. He's a bit more unsteady. Poor bugger's getting old, aren't you, mates? Poor Charlie is getting older at the moment. And he's getting he's already on Metacam. So his movement is deteriorating. And remember, 1 doggy year is equal to 7 doggy years. So he's on the slippery slope. He's an old man now, so you have to be careful. But you're still enthusiastic, aren't you? And he still likes rushing around, but come on, look at this. We did sort of wash him with some...
Will you stop it, Fern?
Some hair.
Come on, stop it, because he's all going to just blow around and back in the house.
We have sort of...
And we're going to be late.
Right.
Come on, Charlie, we're going to be late, as usual.
Anyway, that's a before.
Come on, we're going to be late, you
We'll
twits.
do it after in a minute. So hold that then. Hold that.
What for?
So that I'm not driving and filming. Let me put the belt on.
Why, what do you want to film?
The area. He's measuring from here to the railway track. So that's all he said he was doing. Forwards is better. It's always better to go forwards. Anyway, he's only got to measure from sort of just beyond our property, which is there.
Watch out, car coming.
And he showed me.
Watch out, car coming.
Yeah, all right. Oh, God. Shut up. Right. That's why I don't take her in the car, so I don't let her drive. Right, here we go.
Yeah.
You've got to measure from here, sort of along the road a bit, which is the estate, entrance to the estate. There's a housing development here. I think 3 houses there. And here, look, this is the railway track. And then this here is where they're building another estate of houses up here. Or they're gonna, you know. So they're working on that. Okay, kill it now then. He goes, he was very reluctant to come to the car. He saw the car and he thought, oh, I'm not going to kennels again, am I? But anyway, you'll watch him now. He'll recognise where he is and then he'll pull like a train. He loves going to see Rachel. Here he goes, look. Has he spotted it yet? Here he goes. But anyway, what I was going to say was, it's about how you speak to somebody and how you approach somebody. You know, that gentleman, I approached him. I said, good morning, mate. I said, you know, as you can see, I live here. And when I see a man in a yellow coat measuring something, I want to know what the hell is going on. and the conversation, he was a really nice bloke. It's about the way you approach him, the way you ask a question. It's about how you deal with people. And I think the young people just don't know how to approach, how to speak to each other, how to talk to. They've lost that skill of, you know. So, you know, I approached him, I greeted him, I told him exactly, you know, I made it known who I was and what I wanted to know, and the reason I wanted to know is because I lived there. And the conversation went from there onwards. He said, oh, well, I don't know, mate, I've just been told to measure this bit. He told me everything he could tell me, and he was just told, right, measure this bit of road from there to there, and that's as much as he knew, which is what I sort of expected, because that's his job. He's a surveyor, isn't he? He's a measuring man. So, you know, the only answer you can get off a measuring man is he's there to measure things. So, you know, we'll have to wait and see, won't we? We'll have to wait and see. But the conversation came round to, you know, the trees across the road. When we moved in, they were lovely and low. We had a view, and, you know, and I'm not a NIMBY. I realise that we need more housing. We need room for people to live. I mean, he was a gentleman of a certain age. I'm a gentleman of a certain age. I said to him, you know, if I was, imagine yourself being 25 now, and you've got a girlfriend, you want to make a life, you want to marry her and be 25. What a nightmare it is to get the money together to buy a beginner home. The prices of homes have gone ridiculous. Here she comes, look. Here she comes, right. We'll have this conversation later. Foraging in your greenhouse, yeah?
Yeah.
What you got? Beetroot.
Yeah.
So there's beetroot chutney on the go.
Funny how they're all planted at the same time, and some are big and some are little.
She got no more beetroot, dug them all up.
There's 2 or 3, but small. Whether they'll grow any, I don't know.
What are these?
They're onions, but they ain't got very big. But
Were they meant to be like that?
they're supposed to be red onions, a bit bigger, but
We'll see.
I can still use them.
Is that all of the tomatoes off now?
No, there's still tomatoes on.
Is there still quite a bit of tomatoes?
Yeah, because it's all very well pulling the green ones off. Because I'm going to do cream tomato chutney. Well, I'll use them all. I'll rescue some of the reds. But if you do them when they're too small like that, can you see that's a bit too raw? Do you know what I mean? It'll be all right, but it's a bit too raw. They're better off when they're like that, because then, like that, they turn like an orangey. See, that's like part.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they can be a bit too raw. That's a bit too raw.
Okay. But it'll all go in.
You can actually feel the difference as well.
You just boil them all up, won't you?
Yeah, I'll just cook them. So I've left them on there because hopefully they should still green up anyway. And I can always do another batch. You mean? They red up, yeah. And I can still obviously do another batch.
And then the potatoes.
That's just from the bucket but it started raining on me, so I think I've got them all. But there's enough for a couple of meals.
So what about them things in the bag with a flap on?
I haven't dug them up yet.
Not yet. You've got 2 of those.
But I've got them under cover. No, I've only got one of those.
Because you didn't want them flooding, did you?
I didn't want them to be
Drown in the ground wet. Yeah.
Go raw. Yeah, go whatever.
So it's a cooking day today then?
Yeah.
Yeah, cooking day
There's
today.
another little onion there.
Yeah. Did you get me some beans so we can put it through the machine?
No.
Oh, so I've got to do that then.
It's piddling down. Well, what's the point of just wasting them?
Yeah, it's piddling. No, well, just 1 or 2 or 3. Just make sure the machine's working. Right, so it's piddling down, so we'll have to wait for a drier day to go out and play. So I thought I might go through them drawers and see how much buildery type stuff we've got. Remember we picked up this the other day, which is a bit unusual. Similar sort of handle. And we bought this, didn't we? So I'm just going to clean that up slightly. Just clean it up, make it presentable. Then we can go through the drawers because I've got bags of stuff that I bought in the car boot and that I haven't even touched yet. So, so I've got loads of bags to sort out and lots of things to do. So let's just clean that up, put it in the drawer, pull everything out the drawer and let's see what's in there. And Debbie finally gave the grapes a chop. Oh yeah, because they're beginning to perish, aren't they? What are you going to do with these, Deb? I think they're slightly past their best, aren't they?
Yeah.
Probably should have been picked last week. Maybe. Anyway. Anyway. 3 years, the first bunch came. But Debbie's going to cut it back now. She's let it grow too much. So it's all about learning, isn't it? It's all about living and learning. So you saw me do it the other day, didn't you? Just a bit of an old flap disc. So it's not too much. I don't want to take any metal off. I just want to rub all that nice and clean. Then we'll put that together and we'll make a video. Clean this up. Oh dear, this is a bad one. So, from the state it was, bought cheaply, to cleaning it up, it'll be perfectly adequate for what we want to do at home here. So, a bit of a flap disc, bit of a disc on the end of the drill, cleaned it up adequate enough. Yeah, you'll keep it clean after this, won't you? So good enough to go back in, considering the state the poor thing was in. And we haven't thinned it. We haven't thinned it or weakened it in any way. And it's only an extension of your hand, isn't it? You know, if you haven't got these tools, you can't mess about with a bit of sand and cement and a couple of blocks and bricks. And you can't make something nice in your garden or wherever or whatever, tidy up an area. This would be nice to, play with the stuff or clean out the gaps between the bricks and that type of thing. Just an extension of your hand, isn't it? If you didn't have this, what else would you be using? You'd be just using your mitts, wouldn't you? And that's not the way to do things. And so yeah, if you've got a bit of a garden and you want to play with a bit of sand and cement and tidy your thing up, just pick these up, because the price you would pay, we saw, didn't we? The price you would pay for this if you had to go and or if you decided to go and buy a brand new one, it would be a huge difference. So I thought we'd have a quick review of what's in these 2 drawers. So let's just put you there, and we'll start with this, the spot board. You can make it out of a piece of wood and a flat board, but these plastic ones are great for when you're messing. You've got yourself an amount and you play with it and put it on. So we bought this not so very long ago, simply because I haven't got one of those. Nice plastic handle. This is the one we've just done up. Yeah, that's the one we've just sort of cleaned up a bit. Oh, a spare handle, a spare axe handle and a spare hammer handle. Big hammer, yeah, we know about hammers. I've got loads of hammers. Oh yeah, this one. This is more for rough outside, just, you know, move the material about. If you're making a level, just doing that sort of thing. So if you've got somebody here doing a job for you and he's using it and you want to do clean or tidy up, you need another one, don't you? You can't have one of anything, can you? Just in case you're using it or you've used it and you've put it down and you've lost it. So it's much quicker just to go and get another one. Much quicker than, you know, go searching. You put something down, where the hell is that? You don't know. So we've got a nice little rounded tip on that one. But if you're doing sort of roundy type work, here's the medium one. It's not a particularly big one. This is more of a bigger one. This is more of a sort of a medium one. Yeah, a bit more pointy, isn't it? Whatever sakes, whatever. You know, when Stephen comes and does some work for you, which one do you want, Steve? Do you want the big one or do you want the little one? So, oh yeah, we've got a, what was it? What are these for? Scraper. So we've got a big wide scraper. Oops, we've got a scraper in need of rescuing. We won't put that back in. I'll put that elsewhere. We've got another scraper here. It looks like it's been well used. It's round here, isn't it? We like our chisels. We like our bolster chisels, don't we? Oh, El Tipo hammer. Yeah. What we got? Oh, another scraper. Oh, a nice one. The nice brass. Another one being cleaned up. I seem to remember that one coming in, and we've got another one with a plastic handle. Yeah. Oh, we've got, that's more like an older type. What are these called? Putty knives for doing windows and stuff. If you wanted that shape of a one, just slightly a bit more age on that one. Keep looking. Oh yeah, another one. Just for messing about. Slightly rounded on the end of it. Oh, and a little baby one. Wow, we got a little baby one. This one is quite pointy if you're trying to do some intricate work, you know. Like I say, they all are just an extension of your hand when you're messing with sand and cement and any of that sort of a, you know, big ones, little ones. It's nice to have the choice. Oh look, a scraper. In need of slightly rescuing. What else we got? Oh, a bigger scraper in need of a clean-up. We'll put that there. We'll only put the clean ones back in. What have we got? Oh yeah, nice slightly different sort of a roundy tipped one. So if you've put this somewhere and you don't know where it is, well, if you've got two of them, it's easier to find two or three. The same as this, it's easier to find two or three of these rather than to lose one. Maybe you've lost two of them. You've put them somewhere else in the property. They're in another shed. So, you know, all my buildy type stuff belongs in here. Oh, we were looking for an amp hammer, weren't we? And the rest of it is all tut. Yeah. So the rest of it is all sort of, can you see? The rest of it's all tut. Bits of hammers, bits of usual stuff. Oh, a nice chisel. If you want to make a hole. Yeah, nice chisel. So that was that. Cool. Oh yeah. Oh look, we've got one of these type of scrapers. Yeah, quite nice. Got a bit of age on it. And, you know, just in case you need another scraper, just in case, you know, you never know when you need a scraper, do you? Oh, and this one, look, this is a nice sort of older type. I do like the older type, slightly smaller scale. Whatever you'd call them, there's probably a name for that. So that's that one done. So, wait there a minute. Wait there a moment. Let's shut that drawer. Let's open the other one. Now this is, remember, this is the one we just did up. Do you see the price it was? Oh my God, I'm sure you can get, you know, cheaper ones. But anyway, that one, that rubbery, I'm sure that's quite comfortable if you're using it all day. That's the bigger type one, we cleaned up. And this is the other one, just in case. I know we've seen 2 or 3, but in case you can't find 3, there's always 4. So you're always going to find one pretty quickly, aren't you? And if you've really got a rough job to do, I always use this El Cheapo plastic handled one. You know, if you've got some really rough jobs to do, well, you know. We know that in the drawer here, nice big wide scraper. Oh, another one. But this is more flexible, look. I don't know whether that means it's cheaper, but sometimes it's nice to just have a cheap bendy one, isn't it? I use this quite often, cheap, a bendy one. Maybe that's why my floors are never straight. Scraper, 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 scraper. We're not short of scrapers, are we? What else is in here? I think, oh yeah, and of course, a plastic thing in case you have to go rubby or whatever. This is altogether bigger one, isn't it? So if you want a rubber surface, a nice plastic rubby one. This is more of rubbing when it's virtually gone off and you're just sort of smoothing it out. A rubby one. I think that, unless I find some more in another cupboard, I think that's the builder. That's the extent of my builder type equipment sort of thing. It's on the floor there, yeah. I haven't got a hoarding habit in any way, shape or form. And just to let you know, I haven't got a hammer addiction. I haven't got a hammer addiction. I just happened to put these here, and for whatever reason, they seem to have multiplied out of nowhere. So it's not me, it's the hammers. I put them somewhere, and then they multiply themselves without me knowing about it in the dark. Yeah, dirty little hammers. And just in case you're a bit funny and you say you don't want a dirty old used scraper, I've got some scrapers on the wall, new ones, ready for the action. I don't know what's going on with this hammer thing. I've just sort of noticed whenever you look, there's a hammer or a scraper somewhere. You see, there's always I'm gonna have to remember not to buy any more hammers. Not for now, anyway. I think I am now all hammered out. Yeah, hammers and axes. Yeah, all hammered out now. No more hammers. It seems there's quite a family of these scrapers. Two-sided, one-sided. That scraper. And another one of them, and one of these yet to be cleaned up. It seems to me there's quite a few of them to collect. Of course, there's that one as well, isn't there? That's sort of unscrewed and you could use both sides. Well, this is a sort of a little video for me. I've put them on the floor here just to remind myself that I've got enough hammers. I shouldn't buy any more hammers and axes because people will begin to think that I'm some sort of a nut job, and when they come around visiting, they're going to get an hammer through their head. I must stop buying hammers just for the sake of it. Here he comes, here he comes. He'll be knackered now. He'll be completely knackered, won't he? He'll just have to open the door first whilst I click it. Charlie, good boy Charlie. You're nice and clean now. You'll be knackered though. What are you doing, big boy?
You've got to go in the boot.
Yeah, you've got to go in the boot, mate.
Charlie.
Come on, good boy.
Can he lift you up now?
Open the boot.
He's very weak on the back end now.
Yeah, he's tired. He's knackered. Right, go on then, do his back. Open the back. Yeah, open the door. You see, I've got to click it twice. There you are. Right, we'll lift him in now, yeah. Stupid electric locks on this bloody car. Right. Yeah, here he is. He's waiting to go in now. Go on, but now, don't. Here we are. And we'll lift him in, look. Good boy, in you go. Good lad. In you go, good boy. Sit there. You're going to be tired now. We'll take him home when you're tired. Look at him. Gorgeous, isn't he? Good boy, stay there. We got his lead?
Yeah.
Right, Charlie. Right, Charlie, come on. Let's do an after video. Come here. Come here. Good boy. A bit closer. Look at him. He's gorgeous. Aren't you? Except he's exhausted. Wow. How you're going to be exhausted. He'll come and sleep now. Because he's had all this work done on him. He's had to stand there, be brushed and fussed and held up. Yeah, so look at him.
Let him come and lie down.
He's all been done now, look. Nice and clean, like a big lion, aren't you? He's looking great. You'll go and have a sleep now then, go on then. Good boy.
Slowly.
Yeah, he'll have a sleep now. So let's shut this film down. Finish this film with the same subject we opened it with. Remember, there was a man measuring. He didn't go much further than here. So you know about the drive going up the back of the houses. You know about this used to be a transport yard. It was Guymer's, and then Walton's took it over, and Tom Froome from Groupage Shipping was here. And quite a few AM, PM. Anyway, they shut it. It stayed empty for quite a while. Then the diggers moved in and they put this estate of houses on. So you've all known that now. And they come and go, and the value they've created putting these houses on here. And you know, when we moved in, you could see over the tops of them. So it is a worry that they might put houses there, because I'm not against houses. You know, the young people need somewhere to live. I was speaking to that bloke. It's ridiculous, the price of houses. You know, like I said, if you were trying to make your way in life now, just started, you know, as old gits were able to do it, but these youngsters, it's really hard. You get the name Rough Brook there because of, look, of the brook that comes here and over there. And there's two paths here. Yeah, there's one path, and they've this piece of ground between the river, there's a stream, and the railway track. They've had planning permission to put, I think it's 3 houses here in this little corner. But as soon as they opened an access open, the fly tippers arrived and filled it full of fly tipping, so they've had no choice, they've had to board it up. We call Station Road because this was a railway line, and there was, they're going to stop for me, sorry, and because this is an old railway line, and there was a crossing here, and there was actually a station box here, you know, a junction, you know, a signalling box. So there used to be a signalling box here. That's why it's called Station Road. And down further on, it's called Stania Close. And Stania is a famous train engine maker, I think. It's something to do with trains anyway. So then this is another open area here. And then there was a big estate up here, and they flattened them. It was an old knackered houses estate, and they big council house estate, and then they shut that down. And eventually, because it stayed empty for about 10 years, it was disgusting that they'd flattened all the houses and it stayed there. Well, anyway, they've put a whole load of new houses and all that now, so eventually the ground has come back into use, and there's a lot of people made a lot of money out of it, one way or the other. We're going to cross over in a minute, hold on. So the road has become quite busy. Whoops, nearly, whoops, thank you. Anyway, so that's over there. There's a whole load of new estates and all that in there, new houses. You know, they've knocked down 100 and put 250 there, type of thing. And anyway, it was maybe to do with this. Look, they're going to put new houses here into this field. They're turning this into homes and houses. God knows how many they're going to put in here. You know, stuff the thing full of houses. So the road is going to get busier. There's more people having cars. You know, it was busy. Then they shut down that estate for years and years and years. I bet you it was stood empty for 10 years. Poor people had been moved out, you know. Anyway, this is the next. So maybe, I don't know if this is going to be an actual entrance, or is it just been to be able to get the equipment in to clear the ground. I don't know if it's an actual entrance or a temporary entrance to get the equipment in. I don't know. So let's head back to the house. Yeah. So it's quite a greeny countrified area, but you have to move forward, and there's more and more people. I'm not a NIMBY, I'm not by me, except there's the railway track and there's the other railway track. Look, it would have been nice to turn this into a tramway, so you hop on the train going to the town. We got a few speed bumps, but they still come like crazy over here. And this is another path you can take that takes you the other way. There's like a pool and whatever, so it's quite a greeny area. Cartbridge Lane, it'll take you all that way. So there's plenty of paths to walk along. That railway will take you straight to the Tin Man in Brown Hills. Well, eventually, a long walk away. Yeah. So it's not a bad little spot. And this, unbelievably or not, Lou will be witness. When Lou was getting married, they rang us and told us the bridge was flooded. They told us this water was over the top, and we said never, that's never going to happen. They're talking a load of twaddle. We came here, this thing overtopped this bridge, and this was still sort of high here. It was so close to the houses. Wow, it was so close to the houses. So that's why I think they made a point of bringing, you know, the older houses are at the same level of the road there. They made a point of raising these houses up because that brook overflows. Wow, it was it's one of them once in a lifetime floods, and you wouldn't believe that happened, but it did happen. So I don't really know what their plans are, what they're going to do. So so I'm sort of glad, really. We knew, I tell you how we knew this was going to come here. A friend of a friend had somebody working in the water department, and she'd seen a request for water coming here. So you know, there's always something going on in there. But we knew way before these came here that it was a goer, because somebody in the know had told us a request had come in for a supply of water. Yeah. So it would be a pity, but it's just a green wall. It's nice. We've heard the birds, haven't we, singing on it and all that sort of a thing. So it's probably going to take years and years, maybe, to come to what's it. But you know, you always have to be aware when a man comes, a surveyor comes and starts measuring. He's got a yellow coat on and he starts measuring. Anyway, we're back into our little our home and castle. Eddie, Eddie, Eddie! That was Eddie, 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 that was. He just missed me. Eddie, Eddie, Eddie!